everyone, Distrabelle is back, and yes, I saw the Hawkeye trailer today, first thing in the morning as soon as I got up. In fact, it was the first thing on my news feed. So let's dig into it. What do I think of the Hawkeye trailer? Now, I have to be honest with you guys, I just can't help but feel excited whenever I see a trailer and whenever it references things that I'm familiar with from the comics, whenever it's a character that I like that I think that we might get some expansion on. But to be completely honest, for those of you who have been watching my channel for a while, you remember I was really hyped about the Loki trailer, and then that show turned out to be very disappointing to me. That's a major one I can think of. Falcon and Winter Soldier I was hyped about, and that turned out to be disappointing. WandaVision, I was hyped for like all 8 episodes until the 9th episode of that show. And now we have Marvel's What If, which I have to say I think is deteriorating a bit from what I thought that it was going to be. I probably will have a more in-depth review of that on my sister's channel with Warrior Woman 91. Maybe do an entire series review when it's over. But, so, you can see where this review is going to go. We get the Hawkeye trailer, and it's very different than any of the other trailers. There was WandaVision, which had some dark elements, and Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki. They all had kind of dark, at least undertones to their trailers. This one was more striving to be comedic, and that reminded me a lot of the Matt Fraction Hawkeye. A lot of it is Matt Fraction Hawkeye from the comics, for those of you who are familiar with that. Even the logo of Hawkeye was based off of the Matt Fraction comic. Now, from what I remember, Hawkeye by Matt Fraction was not really a superhero comic. It was more about the day-to-day life of Clint Barton and, in his downtime. I think I remember he got injured during that series, and that's what it was all about. And it heavily features him and Kate Bishop, Hawkeye and Hawkeye. So this looks like it's a little bit different than that, even though MCU Hawkeye is very different than the mainstream version of him in the comics. He's more based on the Ultimate version, the Ultimate comics, even though they made him a lot lighter. That's a big thing about Hawkeye as a character. They introduced him in the first Avengers, and he was an assassin, or he had kind of a more brooding, darker streak to him. And Jeremy Renner and people behind the scenes will admit this, there was like a retcon of Hawkeye midway into the movies, because Jeremy Renner said that if they didn't change Hawkeye from what he was in the first movie, he didn't want to do it anymore. So in Age of Ultron, they changed him much lighter spin, that he was a family man now, and that has kind of become the defining thing about his character. He's the family man of the Avengers. And that kind of annoys me, because I wanted a Hawkeye who was like the mainstream comic version of the character. I actually was in the minority of, I actually liked him in the first Avengers movie, so I didn't like the retcon. And so I feel like it's a completely different version of the character that I'm not as interested in, that is just defined by the family. And we get that a lot in the trailer. And maybe that's why, because Hawkeye became this lighter character, and they made him into the family man, that it has that comedic tone, even though they want to address the dark things he did in Endgame. And that's kind of weird. Like, it's like Hawkeye's the light character, he's a good character, but they're also teasing a dark side to him. Maybe they'll explore that more. I was actually pleased to see Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop. That's Hawkeye and Hawkeye. They're the team. I liked it how he's kind of the dad to her. That's something I do like here. He's the family man, now he's going to be a dad to Kate Bishop. She seems pretty cocky, though, and that's one of my fears, and we've talked about this on streams before, that these days there's a big problem of tearing down the original characters to make the new ones look better. I do think Kate Bishop is a good character. I'm very familiar with her. I just don't want them to keep tearing down Clint to make Kate look better. Like, oh, Clint is just, like, holding her back. Like, she's the amazing one. And I feel very strongly that that's what's going to happen, because that is what they did in the Loki show, tore down Loki's character to build Sylvie up. That is what they did in Falcon and Winter Soldier, tore down a lot of Captain America stuff to build up Falcon. We just keep seeing this everywhere. I feel that that's what they did in Black Widow as well. Even though I liked Yelena, tear down Natasha a little bit, just, make her not as smart, make Yelena the one who is the hero at the end. So I just have a strong feeling. It's like, it's a fun trailer. It looks like they're going to do silly things. There's the Avengers on Broadway, which reminds me of in Batman Beyond, they did the Batman on Broadway. It could be very entertaining, and I actually like it when they do the Christmas-themed ones. But I'm just, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. I'm just very wary because the Disney Plus shows, I would say, overall have been very disappointing. And I just can't help but get excited, and that's what this marketing is supposed to do. I can't help but get excited for it, but at the same time, I'm like, I'll watch it. So far, I haven't said that I will just stop watching these Disney Plus shows, but so far, I'm just like, all of these shows have the potential to be excellent, but this one, I'm just very skeptical because of the Disney Plus output. I am hoping what I would want it to be, as I'm hoping that we would finally explore Hawkeye's character. That's going to be huge. He's been shafted so much as a character throughout the MCU. He never gets a chance to be developed, and so that was kind of surprising. Like a show all about Clint Barton where we actually get to focus on him. He's always just put aside in a teen movie. That's going to be really amazing to see. If they focus on just his character and his past and still make him great, then I'll be all for it. And if they actually handle him and Kate Bishop as a mentor to Kate Bishop, I would love that. And if the comedy is good, then I'll be on board with it. I think Marvel has a problem with comedy when they have a serious story and comedy seeps in. If they just, when it's like Guardians of the Galaxy or Thor Ragnarok and it's a clear comedy, then they do well. So that's a positive. So, I hope maybe this will be the surprise. Maybe Hawkeye, the one show no one was expecting, is going to be the good one. But I'm just skeptical, and I'm just like, So tell me what you guys think. Did you even watch the trailer? Are you excited for a show that's going to be focused clearly on just Clint Barton? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe for awesome more videos, and I'll see you next time.